It's called the Freedom Compass. And this comes from Michael Hyatt's book. Ideal goal would be to spend 100% of your time in that desire zone. Not very likely, most likely, I mean, just practically. And then you've got the disinterest zone, then the bring that up.
Sorry, I bring that back up.
Sure. Sorry. Disinterest zone, the distraction zone, and the drudgery zone. And so everybody understands what the drudgery zone is. Of course, these are tasks that you're not good at and you don't even like to do. That is going to be where you're going to start outsourcing some of those tasks. For me, that would be like the accounting and the bookkeeping part of a business, a very crucial part of the business. Not worth my time, not a good use of my time at all. List all the tasks that you do in your business and put what zone is it in? Is this my desire zone? Is this my distraction zone where you're not really that good at it, but something you enjoy? Or disinterest zone where you're kind of good at it, but you're not really passionate about it. But what are some of those tasks that you can get rid of, especially in that drudgery zone, which is just going to completely like be a huge relief off of you? Like, wow, I don't really have to go to that floor as much anymore. I can kind of check in on it, make sure that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing there. But now that frees me up to spend even more time in my zone of genius. And it's not going to feel like work, really. You'll be like, wow, it'll be like a weight off your shoulders, honestly.
It's almost easier to identify those things in the drudgery zone.
Mhm.
Sometimes you have to do them when you have that clear indicator and you hand it off, and that stress that you feel comes off you. It happens on both sides of that equation.
Sure.
But I think because I'm always seen myself of a jack of all trades, master of none, and now I'm trying to go, oh, I see if you become a master of something, you can get really good at it and just stay in that proficiency zone, that desired zone. But the passion piece is always like, I enjoy and am passionate about helping people. And I think the passion and non-passion switches very quickly. So when I'm helping somebody do something, I'm very passionate about it. But then it turns into they don't have the time to do it. So then I pick it up as a job, and then it turns into something that I'm disinterested in. And it's just taking a lot of time. But then as I'm getting older and handing those things off, it has that same feeling of these things that used to be in the drudgery zone, the lifted weight off the shoulder and getting excited again to go back into that desired zone.
For some people, they enjoy mowing the lawn. Like we might have mentioned this. That's something that is like healing to them. Like they get on a lawnmower and they can just be thinking or listen to a podcast, but do that recognizing how much your time is worth. And maybe it's worth it to you to kind of just check out and be able to just sit and think. That's cool. But if you feel like I really don't want to be doing this, it's got to get done anyway, I'm going to go do it. It may help you talk to your spouse and say, hey, you know what? I don't enjoy this task. I know it needs to get done, but I want to hire that out because I can get it done for 50 and my time's $100 an hour. So do you want me to spend $100 on that or pay 50 for it? So just be aware of what you're doing. When you're doing a task and you're not enjoying it, write that thing down and think, okay, what am I going to do so I don't have to do this ever again?
I think that's
what step am I going to take to not have to do this task ever again?
I think that's an excellent practice of writing the stuff down, because I think when we talked a couple of weeks ago, it was like the things that are not the drudgery zone, but on the sides. I find myself just becoming complacent in those. Like say mowing the grass is something that I'm proficient at, but I don't enjoy. It's not a desire zone. It's just taking up time, and my time would be spent better doing something else, but I don't recognize it in the moment. It's almost like I have to, at the end of the day or at the end of the task, just write it down and go, is this in my desired zone? It's like a self-check as I'm going through those tasks. I think as an entrepreneur, it's maybe a little bit easier because you're like, now I have to do the marketing. That's why I love the floor analogy. Is like, what task and job are you doing in what floor? Just recognize it, identify it, and then qualify it. Is this in your desired zone? Is this drudgery? Is this something that you're proficient at or passionate? Like it just helps you qualify that task and then helps you streamline and spend more time in that desired zone. I enjoy painting. I enjoy mudding at times, but I enjoy doing them at a certain time. Say I'm working on my business and I'm just like, I can't think this through. I need to go physically do something to kind of think through this. I enjoy doing certain rehab skills and tasks when I have a lot of stuff on my mind, because it just gives me a mindless thing. I painted my whole life. My dad was a painter on the side. Mudding is something I've done my whole life. So it's a natural groove that I can get back in and then clear my mind mentally while I'm physically doing something to focus in on that. Then I stop and take pictures of myself and like, Ryan, I'm working, but I had this great idea. So I think there will be things that it might seem a little odd that you're like, I am passionate about cutting the grass. I am proficient at this.
Mhm.
It might be that it's giving you time to think. It's giving you the passion and enjoyment or just relaxation when you need to take a break. I
Right.
don't think they have to be so cut and dry, but just
Sure.
taking note, writing that stuff down, I think is a
Yeah.
huge
If you
benefit,
can just
especially
do
in
it
your business.
consciously. I know I'm mowing the lawn. I know I shouldn't be doing this. Just realizing that, yeah, I'm doing this, but soon I'm not gonna have to do this.
Yes.
Yeah, just don't get in the rut of just doing things like you used to. You're in business now, and you want to grow your business, you got to do things differently. And I think some of those tasks that are get people stuck is those things that only take 2 minutes to do, 5 minutes to do, 10 minutes to do. Well, you know what? I'm going to have to pay somebody, or I'm going to have to train somebody how to do this. It's going to take me an hour to train them. I might as well just do this. It takes me 3 minutes. I'm pretty fast at it. But think about how many times you do that 3-minute task. Get somebody trained. Like I literally just, this last week, there's been something on my to-do list to outsource that it's silly, but it took me months to finally get to a place where I was tired of doing it. Like, okay, enough. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just something pretty quick that I can do, but I know while I'm doing it, a VA should be doing this. I should not be doing this. And here I am doing it anyway. But I had it on my list and I finally got it outsourced. And so, just do it consciously, just you think as you're doing that, have the write it down and be like, okay, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. That's it. See you guys in the next episode.